A very good evening to everyone. I, Dr. Malka Grewal, Chief Learning Officer, Educos Unite of Scholars, would like to welcome all of you to this evening of Infinite Rec Show. I would like to welcome our special guest of the evening, Ms. Gurpreet Mathur, and all our lovely speakers who've joined us here this evening. Mr. Pramod Mahajan, Dr. Dinesh, and Dr. Shelly Bhutani. And I place on record my very warm welcome and a very, very happy evening to our director, Dr. Ratish Gupta, who has joined us here today. And I welcome all of you this evening. This is our third talk show, and I humbly, I'm happy and proud to have all of you here and to, welcome all of you on behalf of Educos Unite of Scholars. So today, my dear friend, Ms. Sunesh Bhardwaj will be taking you forward with this evening show. That's all from my end. Welcome once again. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Ms. Sunesh.
Thank you so much, Dr. Malika. Once again, a warm good evening to all our viewers across the globe and my all wonderful listeners and all speakers, whosoever is presenting on this beautiful evening today. So I first of all would love to welcome our special guest, Dr. Gurpreet Mathur, to have our opening ceremony. So let's start with Dr. Gurpreet Mathur first. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, dear Sulesh. And I am too delighted to be on the platform of Rex, talks, infinite Rex, which is not stoppable. Well, this is a wonderful, versatile platform where the educators and medical professionals and people who believe in themselves and they want to do something for education fraternity, they have got together around the clock, and they are working round the clock for the upliftment of the education. And this platform has very beautifully brought all the educators and different learners, dignitaries in from different walks of life to one such platform which is global. And this platform, which is a brainchild of Dr. Ratish Gupta, he has thought of giving wings to all the scholars and students through its medium. Well, today evening we are going to talk about the futuristic schools, futuristic education. I think we all have already ushered into the futuristic life, maybe it was not by choice, but by compulsion as Corona thrusted us. All of a sudden, the teachers and the principals and all the educators all over the world, maybe from interior areas of any part of the world or from the metro areas, they all were seen on the online platform, right? What they did was, as soon as there was lockdown, what they did was they came in forefront, took all the strong decisions, and without any panic, with a lot of versatility and confidence, they came up and they became transparent. They were visible to the parents, they were visible to everyone, to their children, and they started the game from making videos to the podcasts to the audios, and then online classes and initial struggle on putting up the show or through Zoom, through Google Meet, through Teams. Different platforms were found out, discovered, and what the teachers actually could not learn in coming decade, they have learned within a year's time. I think this is already a push, towards future. Well, we know that technology has, taken up everywhere. Earlier, we used to talk about impact of science in our life. Today, we talk about impact of technology. right? Right from waking up to you managing our calendar, our different activities. Technology has it has become our companion. So the same technology will be a driving force in the coming times. I am very sure, very confident about this thing, that there will be more what you say innovations in it, and there will be more touch screen, there will be more androids coming to the platform, and probably the kind of screens we are there, it will all vanish. It will be touch everywhere, through the microchips, and the classes could be have anywhere. I'm a bit scared, when I think about maybe that the schools, the physical schools which we have today, they'll become extinct, or there'll be the areas where the children will come to play games, or they'll come to share their co-curricular activities. Maybe that they do not come for daily learning because it will be available on platform. There are n number of areas. There are so many platforms where from the learning can take place. Why? Because everywhere we have seen people, they want to share, they want to collaborate, they want to learn together, and they are available on different mediums, right from Facebook to LinkedIn to Insta to YouTube. Now, so many viewers are already watching us. So, probably in future schools, there will be virtual classes more, and there will be experiential learning. If we talk about that, it will not be any more theoretical part of it. The children would like to perform, and it will be showcased right before them that how to do certain things. And unless they create it with their own hands, probably they will not believe. There's going to be complete transformation, because it has been said that education is one such parts for that Romney has said education is the investment our generation makes in the future, and moreover it is the passport to future. What tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So people are already working, and this progress from theoretical learning to the critical thinking and creative thinking is the brainchild of the future education only, technology only, that people are able to collaborate, they are able to innovate, they are able to create, and it is kind of situational learning. As the need is, so it is to be delivered. So I think there will be different parameters if we talk about, because we are already talking about multidisciplinary approach, like and it will, because it will be more child centric, right? The child will be given attention, which way he learns, which method he learns, and the educators will put their efforts into it. And there's going to be I tell you, see, on the just touch of it, we are able to explore the world upside down. You talk about anatomy, operations taking place, entering the hospital rooms, where there is live demonstration. And we even, I have seen so many, never before now, within this 1 year, we have seen so many small children making their own YouTube channels. They have come in the forefront. Why? Because, they have learned so much through YouTube. And, because seeing simple directions, people have learned in almost every area, whatever they could polish. And it is going to be more extensive, more elaborative, more cool and easy, and probably it will be kind of a flow which all of us will be taken into. Imagine a school without physical boundaries, a school which will be global. Somebody will say that no, I do not want to learn from Sunesh, I want to go to Shelly Bhutani. Maybe Shelly Bhutani or Pramod Mahajan, they are sitting, not in India, wherever they are. So probably one chapter is thrown open to them, and they explain the facts, and then see the accessibility which is going to be the part of it, which has already become the part of it. And the way all the educators are coming together, and platforms like Rex Global Powerful Talks, which are giving so much of EduSunite, Unite, they are bringing the people together so that they may share their ideas, they may create new ideas which fit into the proper situation and needful learning. and practical learning, so that the world actually changes with the wonderful stage taking the change as a very, very positive phenomena, and they go with the flow. Right. So thank you very much. Over to you, Sunesh. I'll be listening to such wonderful personalities today, and especially we have, Captain Dr. Bhardwaj, and it is really amusing to feel that somebody from the armed forces has turned to an educator. So thank you very much for such beautiful evening. I have already had a face-to-face interaction with Shelley when she was moderating the talks. I spoke, and I know her phenomenal energy. So thank you very much, and welcome, Dr. Pramod Mahajan. Right? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gurpreet ma'am, for sharing your lovely insights and throwing some really, really amazing insights on this particular theme for the evening. Now, without further delay, I just want to introduce this powerful platform. And today we have powerful personalities, not only from India, globally. And that's the beauty of this particular platform. So, the future of education is all about strengthening and incorporating student centric learning. And in this endeavor, the onus is on teachers to adopt personalized learning and teaching patterns. Flexibility in learning is the key word that governs the forthcoming tendency of imparting quality education to students. As very rightly pointed out by Dr. Gurpreet, as technology is rapidly changing the world around us, many people worry that technology will replace human intelligence. Some educators worry that there will be no students to teach anymore in the near future, as technology might take over a lot of tasks and abilities that we have been teaching our students for decades. The thing is, education will never disappear. It will just take up different forms. As the world we live in changes to embrace tech futures, how and what we teach in our education system will also be reshaped to keep up to date with the growing demands of 21st century. And on this note, without further delay, I want to introduce the wonderful panel of experts today who are going to share their enriching knowledge, experience, and they come from so diverse backgrounds. As just now, Gurpreet ma'am has mentioned that we do have somebody from armed forces turned out to be an educator, and I think it's so amazing. So let's welcome with both our hands to all our wonderful speakers for the evening. First in my line would be, I'll be inviting Captain Dinisha Bhardwaj, and I'm so proud that I also resonate with the same surname. It's amazing, right? So let me tell you about this personality. She is currently all the way from Malaysia. That's wonderful. And Captain Dinisha is Principal Global Indian International School, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. She's a master trainer with CBSE and IPA. Now, let me tell you a couple of things about Captain Dinisha. She's an Indian Army officer turned educationalist after serving for 10 years in Indian Army, the elite defense force of India. She has co-created manuals on safety, security, and leadership, conducive learning with GSF, CBSE, and IP India. She has received 6 awards from armed forces and also received 14 recognition medals and awards for her contribution in the sector of education, leadership, and social work from various renowned forums, organizations of India. What a wonderful personality today we have on this evening. So I welcome you, Captain Dinisha, on REC Power Tech platform. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sonesh Bharadwaj, and thanks for the introduction. In fact, I am caught unaware because I was a little confused, but since every day we are interacting on various forums with similar topics, So I'll refrain with my presentation, and I will just connect, because as I'm understanding, this is a forum where we are talking about futuristic education. And we are also connecting this to child-centric education, as Ms. Gurpreet has brought in, Dr. Gurpreet. Wonderfully, she has expressed her insight. I will start from the usage of technology. That is a very, very favorite topic for all of us these days, that when we imagine futuristic classroom, we imagine tech-enabled classrooms. When we imagine futuristic classrooms, we imagine probably no teacher or artificial intelligence taking place of a teacher. When we imagine new classroom or a futuristic classroom, we imagine that it is child-centric. It is already child-centric, but probably more child-centric. And as just I heard this statement that probably in future there will be no children to teach. Well, let me tell you one thing. I'll just connect it with the whatever experience I have gained over the years, after working with Indian Army and then working with education stalwarts. I can say one thing which generally I have felt the gist of it. Many of the educationists say few very, very favorite quotes they have. The current era students are smarter than us. They are the 21st century learners, and we were the 20th century learners, and we are teaching 20th century learners are teaching 21st century learners. So probably learning is not adequate, or it is not as expected. The technology has advanced. Somebody, Mr. Mahajan would vouch for it. There was a forum when both of us were sharing the stage, and a very well-renowned person brought in his presentation, and in his presentation he brought in the ancient classroom where the classroom was teacher dominated, and then the current classroom which still remains teacher dominated, and he brought in with the surgery of that time and pictures of over the period of time and the surgery happening this time. And he said that we have walked miles as far as the technology and other things are concerned, whereas we still remain in the classroom. The classroom still remain traditional. I'll leave this part. I'll be connecting it beautifully, because I don't want audience in the group of people who are listening to us today to mistake my conversation with that I'm not moving with the technology, I'm not keeping pace with the thought process of advancement and all. So I'll go slow. First, let me talk about the use of technology. That has become past now. Use of technology means smart class and all. That has become past. Now we are coming to tech-enabled classrooms. In past, I was in recent past, I was in one of the talk forums with the Asia level voice tech summit it was, and they were talking about voice tech involvement in classrooms, which include Siri, Google, many other such platforms are there. And then we are talking about 2 days back, we were on a platform where we were talking about virtual classrooms, virtual integration of augmented reality and virtual reality and whatnot. It is there. It is the need of the hour, and we cannot deny to pace with the advancements which are coming up. They are icing on the cake, and they are very, very much important, because what is happening in the world, everywhere in the world, we need to adopt them to pace with the world. As I said, they are icing in the cake. Cake is required for an icing. Most of us, when we are health conscious, we remove the icing. So connecting back to artificial intelligence, Sophia, if I'm not wrong, the first human robot which was created, and then there is no looking back after that. Another question, because I'm leaving with small segments I'm creating and leaving audience with those segments to give a thought process, and I'm moving further. I will connect now. Second segment which I'm bringing in and talking to audience is AI utility, usage of artificial intelligence replacing teachers. Will that be possible, or is it the future we are looking at? Another thing, education being student centric. It is. Now we have student-centric education. Maybe we are thinking on bagless schools. Many are already there. Maybe we are talking about practicality and removing the theory part of it, or we call it in a very discarded stream, rote learning. Should we do away with that? Yesterday only I was in one of the forums where Mr. Mahajan was moderating, and he asked me question, would the education be value centric, something he used, I'm forgetting the word, or profession centric? And I said both. Because when we talk on various forums, we should talk reality. We should not talk of anything which does not actually come back and connect to the advancement of teaching learning process. We should not only talk about the ideologies and taking the entire thought process away from the reality, where what we start feeling is that in reality we are useless, we are doing nothing, and actually we are far behind the reality which is probably projected by educators like us. I'm connecting it back to you. Number one, where I left you was, would teacher be required or not? What would be the future of the classrooms? And now this student-centric classrooms. World is there at the open window of Google. I would call it world of web. I don't know if I can call it web world, or we are in a web, or it is the support system. In childhood, I participated in a debate, science is boon or bane. We need to understand both. Everything which comes up is boon, but it has side effects. I was using the same thing in one of the platforms. I'll use again. I was telling my daughter that what is the benefit of Botox? If when I cross my 50s, would it be okay? She's 19 years old. She said, cross 50, then you talk about it. And read the side effects as well. That makes me beautiful. That makes me thought of many beautiful people who are in 70s and probably, I don't know, no comments. So where are the Botox? I hope these are not the Botox in life. We talk about very beautiful things which are part of education system. We talk about experiential learning. We talk about teacher is no more hand holder. It is, or rather a leader in the classroom, leader in the sense, leading the process of learning. The teacher is a scaffolder. That is the requirement. You just tell them to sway. It is a process of transformation. Now, there are various educators on forum probably who will be listening to us. Have we gone down practically and asked them that what are the benefits of student-centric education and what are not? What is good for us? When I say us, I don't mean me. I don't mean you. I mean the students. Because ultimately, all these forums and many more such forums, when we are sitting and talking, the purpose is to talk something which is constructive, which gives some benefit for learners tomorrow, which actually brings them out to a platform where they are ready to touch the skies of global world. Coming back to global world, redefining, what is global world? Is it leaving what we have and touching something which we don't have and which others have? No. It is embracing everything which I don't have, but with the confidence of expressing it with what I have. Or maybe sharing what I have and taking what others have. That is the definition of global world as far as my interpretation is concerned. There are various platforms, various activities when we understand these gaps and try to connect. We try to connect with reality. When we say augmented reality, reality word still stands to make it justified that it is reality. But when we say virtual reality or augmented reality, there is some connect which we need to connect it to reality, to use it for the purpose of what? Transformation. Transformation of students, transformation of behavior. Hey, I'm getting a new word, behavior. There are three things when we talk about teaching learning process. And these days, most of it is talked about practical learning, learning for understanding, and we give second seat to something which probably is also very important to be thought about. What is that? Connect with life. What is the purpose of this teaching learning process? We cannot deny the first purpose is that the child tomorrow should stand up in reality, in life, and should be able to live a graceful life. Should be, let me be rude to say that, should be able to earn a graceful life. We should not and we cannot deny that. We don't deny that in practicality, but we deny that in saying. It is not to be denied like this. The first important thing is that the child should be able to earn his life gracefully. We all are here and talking because we are contented in basic requirements of our life. That is very important. Then what next? Next is when we go for Bloom's taxonomy, the child should be able to start from understanding to reach to the level of creation, concept development, and contributing to the society. I connected to Army, which nurtured me for my first 10 years of life. And when you said PPT, I opened that PPT, which I thought, but then since I found the topic was different, I thought I should just give my heart out instead of showing that. When I connect to Army kind of molds you and kind of roasts you to come out of whatever you are, whatever background you are, whatever thought process you are. And that is the reason when you meet any Army officer, you find a lot of similarities in communication, similarities in behavior, similarities in dedication, similarities in everything. Because it is a process, kind of, you have to go through a blast furnace. Rigorous routine, rigorous life. I can sit down on road and eat in my hand. I can sit down in a 7-star hotel and eat, and nobody will understand the difference whether I am doing the first thing or I am doing the last thing. Why I am quoting this? There is a requirement. I don't know how much time I have. I can keep going on and on. How much time
Ma'am,
I have?
You have 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, I'll
Yes.
try to start now. I'll just squeeze in this entire process. That the important is that tomorrow, when we educators are talking today, for the child who's going to lead the life tomorrow, should be able to lead the life gracefully with all the requirements fulfilled, should contribute to the society as a good human being, and then the onus for everything should be taken by us and by him. Last thing, which I will just sum it up in the form of a story. A child brought up by a very humane mother sees an insect fluttering the wings and trying to come out of a shell. The child feels, let me reduce the pain of this insect, removes the shell. And when it removes the shell, the insect comes out, flutters the wing, tries to fly, cannot fly, dies. The child goes running to mother and says, "Mom, I have done something wrong with a good intention that I was trying to reduce the pain or agony of that insect." And mother said, "My dear child, it was not the agony, it was the muscle building. It was the strengthening process for that insect to come into life and take the struggle of life to fly in the skies of success to survive. You reduce the strength of that because of your goodwill. And the result was the insect could not take a flight of its life." When we are doing all this, talking about child-centric education, I hope somewhere we are not removing that struggle from that child's life. That tomorrow when the child comes in life, is that child developing muscles to take the flight of his fancy in the skies of success of life? We do need to remember that. We do need to remember that whatever changes, technology, the augmented reality, things will keep coming. They were not there. Then also the classrooms were there. Yes, the adaptation and involvement and everything should be there to ice the cake. The cake content should remain. The strengthening should remain. That empowerment should remain. The water flows down the channel should be understood. Teacher should remain the center of the classroom. All these augmented realities and even the futuristic things are generated by students who are nurtured today. And then they are generated by humans. Let humans dominate and let us understand the process of how much child-centric education should be there, so that child is in receiving ends. Child should be always humble to receive, and teacher should always be there to teach, and the process will go on. Whatever the classroom surgery will change from that time to that time, we are eating and we are digesting. The process remains same. Certain things remain same as reality of life. Same as the classroom. The classroom will have all this to lace to enhance the learning, but the concept of classroom is going to remain same, should be same as the way we eat. We don't, when we put IV, that is the time when we are not able to eat and digest. Let us not go take the human race to the IV. Instead of that, let us eat, be healthy, and let us have a healthy futuristic production and development. If I'm using this, because the life is of customer care these days, the students' life and everything, we all revolve around that. Let us nurture our students to be the leaders for tomorrow, where they are ready. When I say leaders, leaders means a responsible person, the leader who can take the struggles of life. Nobody is there without a struggle in this life. Let them be capable enough to take the struggle of life for tomorrow with whatever processes and enhancements and technology and everything we are getting them, so that they do not feel tomorrow that we could not take this aspect of their learning and somewhere we faltered. Thank you so much. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Captain Dinisha. I think that was really, really powerful. And thank you so much for bringing such a beautiful articulation towards reality and virtual reality and making people aware that we are humans first. Right? Thank you so much for articulating in such a wonderful way. And it was really, really, I would say, a mind-blowing kind of startup for this particular theme for this evening. Now, moving down to my second very powerful speaker all the way from UAE. Let me welcome Mr. Pramod Mahajan, who is there with us today evening to share his insights on this wonderful topic and theme. Let me talk about this powerful personality. He's a board of directors of Principal Council of Sharjah Private Education Authority, Government of Sharjah. Core member and former secretary of the Principals Executive Council of Sharjah Private Education Authority, Government of Sharjah, first prize winner in Intel Science Talent Discovery Fair, awarded by Director, Nehru Science Center, Mumbai. He completed the leadership program about the futuristic leadership from IIM Ahmedabad, awarded by NASA, the US of Scientific Education Exertion, participated in the World School Leaders Conference conducted by University of Helsinki, Finland, on school leadership and global trends in education. So I think more than this, the personality himself is going to speak a lot. And I would say definitely we are going to have a lot of learning from the expert. So over to you, Mr. Mahajan. Please take over.
Good afternoon, good evening, Assalamu alaikum, namaste, namaskaram. This is Pramod Mahajan, heading the Sharjah Indian School, one of the biggest school of UAE. And this platform, Infinite Rackets, is the platform where we have to speak about the future. And very good start is being given by one of the versatile edu leader and good friend of mine, Dr. Captain Dinisha Bharadwaj Singh. Futures of tomorrow. When we say futures of tomorrow and futuristic schooling, futures of tomorrow are those who are ready to take the challenge. Futures of tomorrow are those who are answering those questions which are yet to be asked. Futures of tomorrow are those who are thinking about those technologies which are yet to be invented. Futures of tomorrow are those for whom sky is not the limit, it's just beginning. Futures of tomorrows are those who will bounce back during their tough time and comfortably with the smiling face bring the change. Futures of tomorrow are those whose sphere of influence make the change in the society. Now, let us think about futuristic schooling and the various aspects of the futuristic schooling. What should be the future? Future is uncertain. Future is unknown. What should be the future? Build your present in such a manner that you are ready to face any challenge, whether it is COVID-19, pandemic, COVID-20, COVID-21, whatever be. We should be ready. We should be future fit. Our school should be future fit. What will be that aspect? And Dr. Dinisha has reminded me about that thing. So let me share that PPT and then we'll come up with the futuristic aspects of the schooling slowly by slowly. Allow me to share my PPT.
Yes, sir. Admin, can I request you to share sir's PPT?
Now I will share my end. You allow? Okay. It
You
has
want
been
it?
allowed.
Yeah.
It has been allowed. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yeah. So futuristic schooling, the various aspects.
Sir, can
Let
you
us
put it up into presenter mode?
Yeah, it is in presenter mode only.
Okay, so I can see your sidebars.
Now?
No, it's the same way, sir.
It's
No
in the
worries. So I
presenter-
think we can get. Okay, go ahead,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, it's in presenter mode only, but.
All right, all right.
So let us start with the transportation, which we have changed from and from the olden days to the new days, to the future, from bullock car to self-driven cars, from human labor to living robots, from wood, which was the only source for the shelter. Now we have reached to the energy storing bricks. From that tring telephone to smartphone, single click, everything is available. From block printing to 3D printing. From card game to tactile virtual reality. The first computer, it was in a 2 BHK flat. Now it's quantum computing. We can have on our fingertip all the computing aspects. Now there are computers coming without the screen itself. Human intelligence and artificial intelligence. From human intelligence, we have reached to the artificial intelligence, but it's not like that the artificial intelligence has replaced the human intelligence. Not at all, and it's not possible. But the synchronization of the human trends with the artificial intelligence bringing the change in future, and that will be the future of the schooling, that will be the future of the education. Synchronization of human trends with the artificial intelligence, whether it is augmented reality, whether it is mixed reality, whether it is virtual reality.
Pramod sir,
Classroom.
sorry
Yeah.
for the interruption. Are you just flipping up your slides? We can't see the transition.
Now?
I can only see the first slide right now.
Okay, so there is some issue then. Let me reshare it.
Yes. Now I can see the slide of that labor.
Just a minute. I will stop sharing. And screen share. Entire screen. Now, is it visible?
Yes, sir. It's just buffering on. Yes, it's visible right now.
Now it is changing.
Shelter one. Yes.
Yeah.
Shelter one. Yes.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So from wood, we have reached to the energy storing bricks. From centering telephone, we have reached to the smartphone. From the block printing, our future is now 3D printing. From gaming, in traditional gaming, we have reached to virtual reality, tactile virtual reality. The first computer, which was very huge in size, now we have reached to quantum computers. Quantum computers are those, speed is like anything. We cannot imagine even. Within the microsecond, the things were done. From human intelligence to artificial intelligence. As Dr. Dinisha was telling, the same thing, human trends cannot be replaced by anyone. Why we are teachers, why we are doctors, why we are engineers will remain, because we are the one who are creating those new aspects using the artificial intelligence, using the AI, using the VR and whatnot. The education, it started with teachers-driven education system, and we have reached to the students-driven, where the complete ownership of the learning is on the shoulder of the student. What they want to learn, when they want to learn, why they want to learn, in what way they want to learn, everything is carried out by the students. And that's the present of the education and the schooling. But what will be the future? Will all those aspects replace the teacher? Not at all. Teachers cannot be replaced by any of the technology. But definitely, all these technologies will be enabling the teachers to deliver the best. No doubt, the techno-savvy teachers will be a big threat to those teachers who have not transformed. So this is the age, or this is the time teacher has to be future fit. What is that future fit teachers? Unlearn, learn, relearn, upskill, and then transform. So that transformation will make the future of the education. It started with Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. Don't limit a child to your own learning, for he was born in another time. Where the Professor Sugata Mitra, one of my mentor, his experiment hole in a wall proved that learning happens naturally with minimal intervention, and that minimal intervention ensure maximum outcomes. That is the future of education. A teacher has to intervene a minimum. Then what the teacher has to do? Dr. Dinisha has rightly pointed out scaffolding. Scaffold the learning process. Model. Show the path to the students and let them do their own things in their own way. But ensure that they are not repeating the blunders. At the same time, whatever with the blunders committed by them, we should enjoy it with the smiling face, because they are the leaders of tomorrow. They are the one who will be bouncing back during the tough situation and bringing the change. And all of a sudden, the COVID has come. Everything was closed. Everything was quarantine except learning. All the prayer rooms were closed, but prayers were going on. Everything was closed, but the teachers, they took that challenge. They bounced back and they proved that they are the one who cannot be replaced by anything. They are the one, whatever be, the distractions are there, they are ready to face it. Now, what will be that model of future fit education? The multidimensionalism in education. Evolving education model, students, those who are digitally smarter than ever, exponential technologies, and data-driven schooling. There are various aspects I will be talking today. In short, the first and foremost important thing of the future of education is hyper-personalized and adaptive learning. AI, artificial, as well as multiple intelligence-driven classrooms, experiential learning, mixed reality, Internet of Things, and credentialing. What is that hyper-personalized and adaptive learning? The learning should go at the pace and speed of the learner. And there should be a competency-based progression. We don't want progression in percentage or percentile. Last year, my child's percentage was 80. Now it should be 90. We don't want that. Where should be the progression? Competency. How competent your child or our student was last year and how competent they are here. And at the same time, the smiling dynamics on the faces of the student should be ensured. So the scaffolding process is that you ensure the smiling dynamics on the face of the student, go along with the pace and speed of the learner, ensure that the progression is happening competency based, and you as a scaffolder providing the focused remediation, the areas where the remediation is required, not at all everywhere. And that's why Professor Sugata Mitra used to say, minimum intervention brings maximum learning outcomes. Another one is artificial intelligence, but remember me and trust me, multiple intelligence is the basic platform on which this artificial intelligence and devices based on the artificial intelligence, maybe AR, maybe VR, maybe mixed reality, can do the wonders. What should be the avatar of the teachers for that? Teachers should not be neither sage on a stage, nor guide on a side, not even the facilitator, but the scaffolder. For what purpose? To create cognitive automation. Experiential learning. Give the complete ownership to the students for their learning process. Let them experiment. Let them do some project. Let them do some research. Let them go beyond the box. I used to say, don't go beyond the box. Throw the box outside. What is that out of the box? You throw the box. Boxes should not be the limitation for us. And when the students are doing their own experiential learning, real life learning, they will commit the blunders. As a scaffolder, you have to enjoy their blunders, but ensure that they are not repeating the same. What is that? Real-time coaching and feedback. Accelerated social skills. Social skills, as they are the futures of tomorrow. Their social skill promotes teamwork, creativity, collaboration, communication, effectiveness of their own existence. For what they are here, who are they, for what purpose they are here in this world. Empathy, sympathy, all those aspects are coming under the social skills, and that social skill should be accelerated. Mixed reality and immersive experiences. Human trends with technology should be blended. You name it a blended classroom, you name it a flipped classroom, you name it a hybrid classroom, whatever be. But the traditional classroom will be the platform on which, and the traditional things, traditional phenomena, whether it is Gurukul, whether it is our chalk and talk, whether it is the teachers dominated classroom, those aspects, if we use AI, if we use VR and AR as our techno buddies, we can create all futuristic aspects which will make the student a future fit as well as the school a future fit school. Internet of Things. Campuses should be connected. Think about that thing. All the campuses are connected, and whatever be the best available, those resources are collected, and the best person who can deliver something beyond for a particular module, for a particular chapter, will be taking that class. Now the question arises, if the campuses are connected and the best person or whoever be the versatile one or whoever be doing something beyond is given the chance, the number of teachers will be reduced? Not at all. Rather than there will be a multiple increase in the number of the teachers, because they will be supporting, they will be collecting the data, they will be creating the things, they will be creating the resources, and they will be getting their expertise in the various fields. And then in true sense, the inclusion will happen. In true sense, the boundaries within the subjects will be broken. Smart classrooms are doing the wonder. security, well-being, security and well-being, well-being of thoughts, well-being of your hygiene, your physical well-being, your psychomotor well-being, all those aspects has to be taken care of to make the education future fit. Another concept is credentialing. Whenever the child is ready to write the examination, assessment should be students friendly. Assessment should be in such a manner that you will be assessing or you will be evaluating those points for which a student is very good, not finding out the fault with the student. Find out what are the good things within the child, assess that one, make the digital portfolio of that child. All those anecdotes will be incorporated in that digital portfolio. A result immediately should be given, and the scaffolder, the teacher, will get the feedback where the child is, and we have to take the child where and what is that scaffolding path. Credential verification, everyone at the corner of everywhere throughout the world, they can verify their credentials. In what way the child is good and what way the child is useful. So that has to be taken care of. Design thinking process is the root and the main weapon to make the education futuristic and the future fit. What is that? Empathize the problem, find out the problem, reframe it, find out the best available possible solutions, and prioritize it, ideate it, prototype it, and then test it. Problem space to solution space. Design challenge to design solutions. The system should be in such a manner that there will be only solutions, no problems. How to implement this model into the schooling process? The design process says empathy, interpret, imagine, plan, test, and again empathize it. How it is possible in the education field? Understand the need of a learner, what the learner want to learn, when learner want to learn, why and where and how. Then highlight the gaps in the class, learning gaps to be identified. The scaffolding process starts with finding out the learning gaps, then design the lessons, sequencing the lessons, and engaging the students. Students' engagement should be on the top priority if you have to create the leaders of tomorrow. Then collaborate it, share it, and revise it, redo it, replan it, resequence it, and reinvent it. Finally, deliver it. And if the learning outcomes are not obtained, then again understand the problem. What are the basic paradigm shift in curriculum to ensure the future fit student? Curriculum should be in such a manner that today's curriculum should resolve the issues of future. Keeping stakeholders well informed. Days were gone when the parents were called only for the open houses. Now each and every parent should be informed each and every day. What are the competencies your child has been expertise now? They should be kept well informed. Investing in the right skill and technologies. We should not dump the classroom with the technology. We should not make the classroom technology burdened classroom, but we should make the classroom techno-savvy classroom where the right skill, right technology at right time for right purpose by the right track and by the right person is used in the right way, and that will be the right future. Safeguarding schools from threats. Lot of threats are there, so end user should be satisfied, end user should be benefited. For that, all sort of threats should be removed out. Growth mindset and cultural changes. The scaffolding's last stage is create the learning culture, create the mindset which is growth mindset, create that mindset which is making a child a lifelong learner. Then only the future fit classrooms can be imagined. This video will not work on this platform. So yes, This is all from my side, the futuristic schooling, various aspects. And if any questions are there, most welcome. And I'm ready to answer those if audience are willing to understand something more from our end. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Pramod sir. I think that was an eye opener again, connecting the dots from a powerful start by Captain Denisha and moving to the second powerful speaker. And again, the third speaker is going to, I think, connect the third dot very brilliantly. Because as I mentioned, today evening is all about Power Park session, right? So we have wonderful. I'm just going to invite the third personality for the evening, who is going to share again her enriching experience of so many years into the education sector. And she is our very own Dr. Shelly Bhutani, all the way from India, President, Council of Foreign Affairs, International Internship University. I welcome you on board, Dr. Shelly Bhutani.
Thank you so very much. Good evening, everyone. Dr. Denisha.
Before you start, I'll just take a minute.
Okay, yeah, sure,
so
please.
I think words are just, we have to speak about these powerful personalities because that's the formality we need to. But I think their action speaks more louder than whatever words we speak. And that's the beauty of talented brains, or I would say genius personalities. Right now, let me just tell about this wonderful personality with us on today evening. So she is Principal Maharaja Agrasen Public School, Delhi, mentor of 7 schools in Delhi CBSE school, National CBSE Master Trainer, International Relationship Counselor, National President of All India Principals Association, member of University of Reading, UK, member of Delhi Savodaya Public School. I think lots and lots of achievement. I can go on and on about these personalities as I mentioned. So without further delay, I'm going to take it over. Shelly ma'am, stage is all yours.
Thank you so very much. Once again, good evening, everyone. And already Pramod Mahajan sir and Denisha ma'am explained very well what is futuristic aspect of schooling. Basically, as technologies are rapidly changing the world around us, many people worrying that technology will replace human intelligence, right? So some educators worry that there will be no student to teach anymore in the near future, as technology might take over a lot of tasks and abilities. But that is not like that. That we have been teaching our students for decades. The thing is that education will never disappear, right? It will just take up different forms actually. So what kind of forms will shape up the future of education during the next 10 years or 20 years? This matters actually. So what I suggest here, number one, diverse time and place is very, very important, that students will have more opportunities to learn at different times in different places. For example, e-learning tools. It facilitates opportunities for remote, self-paced learning, and also classroom will be flipped, which means theoretically part is learned outside the classroom, whereas the practical part shall be taught face-to-face interactively. So nothing would be disappear. It's coming with a new technology, with new same teachers and same students. Second is personalized learning. Students obviously will learn with the study tools, right? And they adapt to the capabilities of a student. This means above every student shall be challenged with harder task and question when a certain level would be achieved, right? So students who experience difficulties with a subject will obviously get the opportunity to practice more until they reach the required level. So this will be positively reinforced during their individual learning processes. Why is it so? Because this can result into positive learning experiences and will diminish the amount of student losing confidence about their own academic abilities. So furthermore, mentors, teachers, faculty will be able to see clearly which students need help in which areas. Third is free choice. What is free choice here? Though every subject that is taught aims for the same destination, the road leading towards that destination can vary per student. So similarly to the learning experience, students will able to modify their learning process with tools they feel are necessary for them. So students will learn with the different devices, different programs, techniques based on their own preference. So blended learning, flipped classrooms, and form important terminology within this change. That is BYOD. What is that? Bring your own device. So this is very, very important that we use this kind of projects in our coming schooling aspects. So fourth one is everything is project based. Why it is project based? As career are adopting to the future freelance economy, students of today will adapt to project learning and working. Both they are doing. This means they have to learn how to apply their skill in shorter terms to a variety of situations. So students should already get proposed with this project, that is based learning in high school standards too. So this is when organizational, collaborative, and time management skills can be taught as basics that every student can use in their further academic areas. Number fifth is field experience. Why field experience? Because technology can facilitate more efficiently in certain domains like curricula. It will make room for skills that solely wholly required human knowledge and face-to-face interaction. But this experience in the field will emphasize within courses. So schools will provide more opportunities for the students to obtain real world skills that are representative to their own work and their own jobs. So this means curricula will create more rooms for the students to fulfill their internships, their mentoring projects, and collaboration projects. All togetherly they will do this. Second and next is data interpretation. Though mathematics is considered one of the three literacy, right? So it is without a doubt that manual part of this literacy will become irrelevant in the near future. Why is it so? Computers will soon take care of every statistical analysis and describe and analyze data and predict future trends. So therefore, the human interpretation of these data will become a much more important part of future curricula. So applying this theoretical knowledge to numbers and using human reasoning to infer logic and trends from these data obviously will become a fundamental new aspects of the literacy. So what exams will change? The question is, it will change completely. It will change manually. It will change in future aspects. So what is courseware? As courseware platform will access students capabilities at each step, measuring their competency through MCQ, through question and I, might become irrelevant or might not sufficient. But many argue that exams are now designed in such a way that students cram their materials and forget the next day, right? So educators worry that exams might not validity measures or not. But students should be capable when they enter their first job, when they enter the examination room, when they enter in the classroom. So as a factual knowledge of a student, it always be measured during their learning process. Why is it so? The application of their knowledge is based, tested always when they work on project in the field. So there always be student ownership. Why student ownership? Because students will become more and more involved in forming their curricula, maintaining a curriculum that is contemporary up to the date and useful is only realistic, right? When professionals as well as youngsters are involved. So critical input from students on the content and durability of their courses is really, really must for on embracing study programs. So mentoring will become more important. In 10 years and 20 years, students will incorporate so much independence into their learning process that mentoring will become fundamental to studies, student access. So teacher will form a central point in the jungle of information, right? That our students will be paving their way through. So though the future of education seems remote or paving their way through, the teacher and educational institution, schools are vital to academic performance. So in the last, with the submission, I only say that education is the passport to the future, right? For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today, because the world is moving forward. We are moving forward. But as Dinisha Bhardwaj ma'am rightly said, that something remains there. Something remains or as it is there. What is that? That is a process of teaching. It is a process of learning in many ways, but methodology is same. So technology affecting every aspects of life, but that doesn't mean that everything is changed. Education is also being affected. The pattern of teaching and learning is changing to some extent, but the method opted for education are being more exciting, more sensible, and more productive. So when we sum up all this, we see a new approach to education, and that is known as futuristic education. And this approach makes students learn at the global level too. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shelley, for sharing lovely views and insights on such an important topic. And my dear, lovely audience, with this, we have this powerful session with three powerful personalities, not only from India, I think across the globe. And the beauty of this platform is that we all are here to share our lovely insights and again learn from the best. So moving on to the second part of this session for the evening, I'm opening my Q&A round to all the best brains. And I picked up a couple of questions from my lovely audience, which I'm going to share one by one. So my very first question moves to Dr. Yes, let me just first take my question to Dr. Dinisha. The first question is for you. So how can we predict future education as per current scenario where everything is almost unpredictable?
Very nice question, and this is the question which is in everybody's mind. How can we predict? I can tell you to think and go about like this, that when we need to predict something which shows some uncertainty or little invisibility to you, in that case, just put thought process links together and predict. Now, what is that link? What are those links which we can connect together? Those links are what we all have spoken. The way Dr. Shelley has brought in that the teacher had to be empowered and teacher will be taking forward. Mr. Mahajan has said that the teacher who has to be trained and, the technology enabled teachers will be more powerful to the other ones. And then consolidating with the glue, which I said, probably connecting to both these powerful thoughts, little glue which I gave is that the concern of understanding that we are nurturing humans. So connecting with these three, let me tell you and let me tell to all the audience who have asked this question, the future of education is brilliant because the technological advancements are happening on every day. So no worries on that. Second thing is the teachers and tech-enabled teachers and all. Our teachers have proved that they are tech-enabled because I remember in our school, 18th of March 2020, the lockdown started. 19th, we closed the school, and 20th, we were all on Zoom. Mind it, all the teachers were not tech savvy. School trained them and they took it up. So they have proved that they are the great learners, as Mr. Mahajan said, that learn, unlearn, and relearn. They did it. So they have proved it. They have proved what Dr. Shelley said. And then we all together are the brainstormers, and we have proved that we are nurturing humans to be the leaders for tomorrow. So friends, the future of education is brilliant with you as wonderful parents and with all of us sitting here, trusting our teacher leaders who are transformers. They are not the teachers. They are beyond now being teacher leaders. They are the transformers, because a transformer is the one who transforms himself first and then becomes a leader and an example to others to get transformed. So it is a brilliant future. Brilliant students will be generated out of this beautiful amalgamation of technology, learning, relearning, and wonderful humans will be there to lead the world tomorrow. So it is all brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dinisha, for sharing your insights on this very powerful question. And now moving on to my second question to Mr. Mahajan. So give us some ideas for the kids, those who have just started their journey of education. How can we put such big technological advancements?
Yeah, very nice question. No need of putting any burden on them. Not at all. So you imagine you give a mobile phone to a 3 years old or 4 years old child, and after 2-3 days you ask anything. The child will learn each and everything because the learning happens naturally. Don't disturb that learning process. Parental bossing should be removed out. The bossing of the teacher phobia of TTTs should be removed out. Then everything will be happen. But one thing to be, kept in the mind, that they should embrace the technology. They should explore the technology. They should not become techno addict. Only that care should be taken care of. That's all. They should explore the machine. They should use the machine. They should not become the machine. Because if they become techno addict, if they become machine, their creativity will not be nurtured. Their critical thinking will not be that much, and their innovation will be blocked. So not blocking the innovation, not blocking their critical thinking, giving them the full autonomy, and let the learning happen as their own pace and speed. Don't worry. Only ensure that no parental bossing, no parental policing. Give them the freedom, give them the devices, let them. But what we do actually, we create a hurdle in their ways. We restrict them. Don't use this mobile phone. They will use it. Don't play the game. Why not? Let them play the game. Let them enjoy that gamification for the education purpose. Because gamification, once again, let me tell you, will enhance their thought process, their thinking skill. They accept the challenge, they resolve it, their problem solving skill is being increased. So moral polishing, parental policing, teachers bossing, if we remove all those things, give them the autonomy, they will not become techno addict. They will explore and embrace the technology as per their need and requirement for their cognitive progression. So there is nothing to worry about that. This 21st century students, they are well versed with all the things, but they have their own style. They have their own ways. We should not block that. Yes, at the same time, we should give them convenient time, quality times, spend quality time with them, give them the proper counseling, go along with them, give them the shoulder sometime to cry whenever they failed. It is not only that you should, where that 10 marks has gone. Be happy, celebrate that they have got 80 marks. Somebody has got 0 marks. What's wrong? A person who got 0 marks will get the 100 marks, not that person who got 90 marks. He will maximum go up to 99, but not 100. Believe me, those who got 0 marks, they will score 10%. By the way, the school should not be the factory of the marks. For that, the student should be with full autonomy, their creativity, their critical thinking, their smiling dynamics. If we ensure as a parent, give them the quality time, no policing, no parental bossing. But again, I am repeating, give them the freedom to explore the technology, to explore the machine, to embrace the digital apps, not become digitalized, techno addict machine. So that is my input on that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pramod. I think very rightly pointed out, and all the student viewers should love my all the three powerful speakers today, because there is so much favor of that. We should not do policing, parent policing, bossing, and I think we are getting the right stuff right now. So you can go and proudly tell your parents, no bossing from today onwards, right? Because we have learned something. Anyway, so moving on to my third very, very important question. This is for you, Dr. Shelley. So I think people are too much scared of COVID right now, and they have everything structured around COVID, right? So they're saying how to increase the efficiency of students or teachers, which is hampered due to COVID. So the important point here is they want to know the two angles here. One is for teachers, second is for students. So kindly throw some lights on this particular question.
As already sir has well explained that we are the person, we are educators who can transform everything, right? This COVID-19 has never ever affect to anyone. If according to Dinisha madam, the teachers can learn 5 days or 10 days or a week, so we can do wonders. This COVID-19 will not at all affect to our own learning. In fact, they are also helping to strengthen our own skill-based learning process. I must say here that as an educators, we can change the world. Our teachers can change the world. We are the educators who can support, who can strengthen our students in any aura of their career life. Yes, absolutely. Parents should believe on educators, believe on us that this corona can be history of our life, but this cannot be change the hearts of any person, right? Heart is same, eating is same, drinking is same, learning always be learning, as learn, relearn, again learn. So this process, learning with fun, students always study while having the fun. They through their digital videos, exercises, and even games. So when the student fails, according to Pramod Mahajan sir, if student success, no matters what, we are the one who can always give a good strength to even failure student. We are the one who can support to them, and who can also give flexible learning patterns, whether it's a part of anger, whether it's a part of EQ, whether it's a part of AQ, no matters what. We have to go with every conceptual learning, and with this students get their skill set enhanced, becoming more productive. So rightly said, Pramod Mahajan said that give your shoulder even for prayers. Always give. According to even my patron, always give. If you chant happiness for us, happiness always for yours. So just see the feeling of child. Just open your arms, open your hands for the child, for the teachers, and even parents will have to learn that what we are doing. So we are the educators, and we don't have any measurement of a student, we don't have any measurement of teachers, we don't have any particular scale for anybody. We are the same for everyone, whosoever coming in our office, morning to evening. We are open 24/7 as we are educators. We never say principals have holidays, right? We never say principal have vacations, right? We always see teachers and students have vacations. So this COVID-19, this anger cannot be give effect to anyone. And my opinion is that we all focus on their preference. Always preference given to students, what they want. Kindly ask from the student that what is the priority of them. So if we'll do all these major points, obviously approach would be high to teaching, and it will provide benefit to the students, the teachers, to parents, everyone at the higher levels.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shelley.
Somesh, if 1 minute is there, I want to give the input of this question. This question is actually very, very, and she has very rightly explained. See, day after, I think the day before yesterday, I was attending one seminar as a special guest. It was organized by NASA. And being a religious and naturalistic person, I wanted to give. They have asked me one question: why Corona? See, and NASA, so much advanced people, and they're asking why Corona. So the answer which I've given, and then I got many maximum likes on that. I want to tell that thing, that is the answer of this. It will add some value to this question. Why, like Corona? Why to worry about, and why the Corona has come? Being a religious and naturalistic person, we can think that we are playing with the nature. We should not play with the nature. Now, some 1 month before, there was a sea storm in Mumbai, and 1,000-ton garbages were thrown out by the sea. Who put this garbage into the sea? Who put? And now we are blaming the sea that, oh, because of this sea storm, a lot of crores of properties has been destroyed. It's not like that. We are inviting all those threats by playing with the nature. We should not do that thing. We are running behind the materialistic world. We have forgot our main essence, why we are who we are. If you think about that, nature has given us each and everything to survive. Yes, be happy with that. Everyone has every right to grab the opportunities and to progress. But progress for what? To destroy others? Progress for what? Progress for satisfying yourself. And then you can do the wonders. So by playing with the nature, by playing with the atmosphere, by going against the rule of the nature, we are doing so many things. Then the nature have every right to keep the things at the right place, to correct the things. We were not giving quality time to our students, to our families, and running here and there. Mumbai 24/7. The night, there is no night. 24/7 they are running here and there and doing that thing. So then what? The supreme power has created something that you should be within the four walls and spend time with your parents, with your grandparents, with your wife, and with your kids. So that is the thing. We have settled around the Corona. Why to settle around the Corona? You should follow the rules given by the nature. You should follow the rules given by your grandparents, by your parents. Whatever the norms were fixed, follow that one, and then you can do the wonders. Being an educator also, there is every day I am seeing here and there honorary doctorate. What is that? I didn't understand. Everyone is running. One gentleman, I don't want to quote the name, within 7 days, 5 honorary doctorates. And when they are spelling doctorate, that spelling was wrong. Again, that is. So day will come, some rule will come, and all the PhDs will be collapsed. So nature corrects itself by its own rule. So the Corona, you are adjusting with the Corona is wrong. Adjust with the nature. Go as per the norms fixed by the society, by the nature, and by the supreme power. I am not believing any ism, but the supreme power is ruling the world. That thing should be taken care of. So that is my input on that. And that's
Thank you. Thank you, Pramod sir. I think very rightly mentioned, and need of the hour. I was about to actually ask this one word, and before I asked that question, you nailed it. So thank you so very much for bringing out this light in the world where people are really, really struggling, that why Corona. So I think on this, we are pretty much at the end of this beautiful evening. Don't want to stop it here because we have such a lovely personalities to engage on, but I have to, right? Because there is always a closing, whatever we start on. But let me just sum it up, that what we have gone through with a power start right from Gurpreet ma'am, our special guest for the evening. Very wonderfully, she has opened education sector, what is happening and what is going to be, with her highlights of the evening, and very wonderfully connected with the powerful points right from Dr. Dinisha, nailing it up, that what is reality and what is called virtual reality. The concept she has, I would say, elaborated in such a beautiful manner that you were able to completely and distinguishedly able to see where we are moving ahead with such an ease, such a powerful explanation, and using her right choice of words. I think she did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much, Captain Dinisha, for bringing out that light during the start of the program. And very second, our very own, and I would say a person who really connects the dots so balanced way. Let it be education, let it be life, let it be creating the balance. Mr. Pramod Mahajan very rightly mentioned that we need to be balanced in all the spheres of life. When somebody can create us, that power also have the full right to destroy us. So please understand the power of divine. There is something called divine power. We all are guided by that. So let's have full respect towards it. Live a life the way it should be, natural way. That's the best way to lead. So thank you so much once again, Pramod sir, for bringing that right energy to this entire universe. Third, again very powerful. I would say the third dot, which is again very powerful, because dot mechanism we talk about, I can connect n number of dots, but the first three dots always give us the continuation of this entire start. And very rightly mentioned Dr. Shelley that why it is so important to have a technological integration with our present education system to bring the change in our future leaders if we really want to touch upon and we want to fast pace our life. So I think all the three powerful personalities along with my special guest has connected the dots so well, and I'm sure all the listeners have thoroughly enjoyed this beautiful evening. And no doubt my Sundays are going amazing nowadays, because meeting with such a powerful personalities, interacting, sharing and learning, this is what we all believe, and we are committed towards transformation. So I thank all my wonderful speakers with your auspicious presence here on this wonderful platform. From the REC family, from Dr. Ratish, from Educos United Scholars, I thank once again to all of you for just accepting our invitation to come down this evening and share your thoughts on this wonderful theme. Thank you once again. And on this, let me just invite our special guest once again to just give a small token. I know, see, this rewards, felicitation is all are something which is just, I would say, is our regards to us, their presence, sharing their valuable knowledge, sharing their valuable insights, but they are genius in their own way. So words doesn't define them, rewards doesn't define them, but again, there is always something small which we can contribute from our side. And on that note, I invite our special guest for the evening, Gurpreet Mathur, to just pay a small token of appreciation from our side, Educo side, and RecTech family to all our powerful speakers for this evening. Over to you, Gurpreet ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Bhardwaj. And what a splendid and elaborative session. Very powerful session, It was so enlightening, and I think, it will be guiding all the educators about tomorrow's, how they should start preparing for it today only. Right? Thank you very much. And may I, on the behalf of Educos Unite of Scholars, I am really pleased, delighted, elated to present small token of gratitude to Captain Dr. Dinisha Bhardwaj. Kindly accept it, ma'am, and we will be obliged. And to a wonderful and amazing person, Dr. Pramod Mahajan. What a way he has chosen to connect everyone, I think it was amazing. It is for you, sir, from Rec Talks, kindly accept it. We'll be really obliged. And it is for Shelly Bhutani, a powerhouse of energy and wisdom. This is for you, ma'am. Kindly accept it. And I think this is the time for virtual applause. And, thank you very much for coming to this platform and being the family with us. Thank you very much. God bless you. Keep shining, keep exploring, and keep giving to the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gurpreet ma'am, for giving your gracious presence on this evening and just presenting this token of appreciation to all our wonderful speakers. And as I mentioned, that rewards, whatever token, which might sound very small from our side, but it's again, is the regards and the gratitude we have towards your personality and sharing your wonderful insights with us. Now, our special guests also have a token of gratitude, because without her gratitude, definitely this opening would not be have that sort of grand theme, right?
Thank you.
So, from
Thank you
our
very
side,
much.
Rectech family, ma'am, I present this token of gratitude to you for having your lovely presence today evening and sharing your insights. So, thank you so much once again to all my lovely viewers, wonderful speakers, and my special guest of honor, Dr. Gurpreet Mathur. Thank you so very much,
Thank you. Thank you.
all of you. At last, let me tell you, our Sunday evening is closing at a very powerful note. So stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourself, love, peace, and abundance to all of you. We'll stay tuned for our next talk, and I'm sure our next talk is again going to be with again a powerful session with powerful personalities. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much to all of you.